Rolando of St. Augustine Prep Soccer, and want to find out what's going on with his team. A huge win this week over Middle Township in the Coaches Association tournament. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Sully. Good morning, pal. How are you?
Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes. I know you're kind of running around a lot this morning. What do you got? So your son's ice hockey game?
Yeah. Yep. Bright and early.
Yeah.
5:45 practice.
Wow. Yeah, ice hockey's crazy. You never know when you're going to get the ice time. So got to be ready for either 5:45 or 11 p.m. Right?
Yeah, you got it. You got it all hours.
Yep.
The lights never turn off.
Hey, they got to make money, man. Keep that ice going.
You got that right.
So tell us about what's going on with your squad. Obviously, a huge win. I don't know if you heard yesterday. I was out at Mainland and Washington Township. Got to be one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Mainland with a 4-0 lead. Township comes back, cuts it to 4-3. Mainland goes up 5-3. Township scores again. Crazy last 3 minutes. I mean, that's what you're going to see here in this type of soccer in the coaches tournament, right?
It was nuts. Actually, I had somebody at the game who was actually giving me updates, and I actually thought I was misreading some of the text messages I was receiving. It was. I kept giving them question marks. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! What was going on? But yeah, the coaches tournament this year is off to a fantastic start. I mean, some of these games, and hopefully the weather holds for today, where some of these guys are able to get their games in. But yeah, very exciting.
As a coach, what do you tell your team when you're down 4-0 at halftime?
I'm not sure.
Or can you not say that on the radio?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was just going to say Washington Township is certainly a talent, and Mainland, gosh, they're having a fantastic year. I actually was sending messages to the Coach Napoli this morning from the ice hockey rink. That was a fantastic victory. And I mean, playing at that venue was such a tough place to play. But
yeah, there wasn't too much wind yesterday, but you get the sun, the wind. It's kind of a weird little place to put a soccer field, but it definitely they use that to their advantage for sure. Yeah. Small field, and hey, listen, I mean, his club has earned it. They've played to a high level this year, and anything can happen. So yeah, I mean, hats off to the Mainland group. I mean, they're well coached, and his team actually found a way. So very exciting. What do you make of this Cape Atlantic League American Conference? Talk about some great soccer. I was actually kind of surprised. I was looking through the NJ.com top 20 this morning and didn't see anybody from the Cape, and that kind of shocked me a little bit because there's some great soccer in this league and that conference especially. Yeah, I was going to say. I was going to say the Cape this year has been nothing but fantastic, and I mean teams like Ocean City, EHT. I mean these guys have really actually played to a high level this year. Yeah, I mean that typically happens, but I mean come playoff time we'll see exactly how these teams actually are able to withstand all the pressures and actually head to the playoffs, and we'll see how they do. And you guys had a pretty tough game on Thursday against Middle Township, which is always a talented team. And tell us about that game a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say, 0-0 heading in halftime. We had plenty of opportunity. I mean, Coach Mayer, I mean, they're a talented side. They're very well coached. I mean, his kids responded. They came, they had to travel and play on our field. And we had opportunity, but hats off to his club. I mean, we were able, fortunately, they actually hit the post at one point, close to overtime, and like I said, we had our fair share of opportunities. But yeah, it was a typically what I expected from Middle Township. It was just they're a great team to play, and it was very exciting. And like I said, fortunately. For us, we were able to sneak out a win. Talk with Steve Rolando, head coach of St. Augustine Prep Soccer. Coach, you mentioned Coach Mayer, and put that into perspective for our fans out there. He recently got his 200th career victory in soccer. You maybe average 10, 12, 13 wins a season. That's a heck of a career right there.
Yeah, it is. It is, and Coach Mayer is a enthusiastic, fantastic guy. He always gets his teams to respond to him. He's been around the game for such a long time. I mean, I have nothing but respect for Coach. Actually, him and I throughout the entire season, we do communicate quite a bit, and I know he's excited about this season. And I mean, he certainly is talented. I wish his team nothing but the best going into the playoffs, and I think he actually is going to be able to do some damage this year. I mean, sometimes you're around the game for as long as he, and he always his rapport with his team, and how they warm up, and it's just hats off to a guy who actually is trying to always exciting. He's always able to stimulate his team. I mean, and they respond. So. He puts a lot of time into the game. Like I said, I do talk to him quite a bit during the season. He's nothing but a class act.
How much have you learned from a guy like that over the years? You're talking about a guy who's had several decades in the game, and there's always little things when you talk to a guy like that who's been around the game for that long. It seems like there's always maybe one or two things you pick up every time you talk to a guy like that about the game.
I do. I do know that about it. Sometimes you get tired. I mean, the season is long. I mean, we start in the middle of August and we go all the way to November. And I do pick up things from him from time to time. Like I said, he's such a pleasant guy to talk to, and he's just excited. No matter if it's early August or if it's late October, he still has a lot left in the tank. And actually, like I said, I was actually watching his warm up, and I did pick up a couple different things, and I was listening to him talk to his team. And I was going to say that the guy, I don't know how he does it, but he's got 5 gears, and he uses them all throughout the entire season. He's just energetic.
Coach, how do you regulate your team's fitness at this point in the season? Obviously, these guys are in great shape. They're high school boys who are playing soccer. But when you're talking about the legs, you want to have fresh legs going into this tournament and these playoffs coming up. How do you regulate the next, say, week or two so that your guys are fresh enough every game?
That's a great question. Very, very carefully. I'm always guarded at this time of the year because I don't want to work them too hard. Because, like you said, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That it's you don't want to burn them out so that they're tired, and it's easily to do. I mean, these kids actually through the trials of academics, and the homework, and I hear about it all the time. That you kind of, I actually have them run every day, to their dismay. They know they're actually, despite the fact that if they went to 2 overtimes or they actually a game in regulation, but these guys run every single day. Sprints not so much at this time of year, but we actually we try to do 1.5 miles every day, and you can actually call any one of the guys on the team, and they know what's to come. But that's a great question, and it's not easy. They get tired. I get tired. But it's not easy. But you do actually certainly work on your conditioning all year round.
Where do you feel like you guys are at mentally? Are they confident? They got to be feeling good after that win Thursday. And do you feel like you're playing your best soccer at the right time?
Yeah, the season is actually most certainly filled with peaks and valleys. I mean, I think we're climbing to the top. I don't think we've reached our peak yet. These kids, by way of all the hard work they've put in, are starting to see the other end of it. I think it's coming. I think we're going to peak at the right time. I mean, we're struggling to actually finish some games by putting the ball in the back of the net, and I think they're all continuing to work hard. For the first time all season, these guys have certainly. They're behind one another. I think we're actually really gelling as a team as of right now, and I think that couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, definitely the right time, Coach. We're up against the break. Got to let you go, but thanks for taking a few minutes, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
WENJ.
Have a great weekend. Thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks, man.